Welcome back, Fantasy Moto fans, to the PulpMX Fantasy Show. I'm Donnie from RotoMoto. In this video, I have 5 riders I want you to look at when making your picks for the 4th round of Pro Motocross at High Point, tips for the FFL, weather report, race day schedule, and an early look at what my team could be come Saturday night. And stick around to the end to find out how you could win race shoes and autographed memorabilia, even if you aren't good at the game.
Running out of room on the ins and outs page despite his arm in a sling after the second moto, Nate Thrasher says he is good to go. Hampshire and Swole are both on the entry list, but Swole has to beat concussion protocol, and despite RJ's resolve, I don't think he'll be back so soon after piercing a lung 2 weeks ago. 450 side has Benny Bloss as a game time decision after tweaking his knee in Colorado, and we have 3 big fantasy names entering the field as the series swings east. Jace Kessler will be aboard the same SGB Honda he was on in Supercross. However, Jeremy Hand will be a true privateer outdoors, as well as MX Simulator great Jeremy Smith.
For this weekend, I have 3 guys to target, 1 to avoid in a high handicap for you gamblers out there, starting with the little class and working our way up.
250 All-Star, I think I'm just going to alternate Justin Cooper and this guy every week until one of their handicaps drops below 2. J. Coop had a high pick trend last week, so I will show you Joe Shimoda this round. The Pro Circuit Kawasaki veteran has a 4 handicap and has finished top 5 in 4 of 6 motos this year, with no DNFs and a worse of just 7th, which would bottom him out at 40 points this weekend. I think he's the safest pick of the weekend as he has no championship pressure to deal with and is just looking to collect those podiums. A double eligible rider from the small class that I like this weekend is Red Bull KTM's Max Volan. This is exactly why I don't like picking the high handicap all-stars, as they are always 1 moto away from being worth double points the next weekend. Volan has a generous 2 handicap considering he's finished in the top 12 in 5 of 6 motos, minus the mechanical DNF in Moto 1 last weekend. Volan has 4 top 10s and has finished as high as 5th this year already, meaning he has an upside well into the 70-point range. On the 450 side, I'm sticking with a similar strategy with the 250s for my All-Star. Antonio Caroli is available to over 80% of players and has been a rock-solid mid-handicap All-Star this year. He has been in the top 7 in his last 5 motos, and barring any major developments, this is actually scheduled to be his last appearance in the States this season, so picking him here will leave you with 7 choices next weekend instead of just 6 All-Stars. One rider that I want you to stay away from this weekend is Brandon Hartranft. The HEP Suzuki stud came into the outdoor series with high expectations after his breakout Supercross performance, but has thus far been underperforming. At a 6 handicap, he's still a safe pick, finishing in the top 16 in 4 of 6 motos this year, but the problem here is his upside. Even if he manages his season best weekend in Thunder Valley and goes 14-14 again, that is just 52 points, and that is quite frankly not enough upside for a guy with a handicap over 5.
The high handicap hero of the round given to a rider with a handicap of 10 or more that I think has a realistic chance to score massive points this weekend if you're the type of person that likes to sweat out a little bit.
This might actually be a first that I'm going this sendy, but we're looking at an 18 handicap this weekend. Manluck Yamaha's Richard Taylor got a bump from 17 to 18 this weekend as if he needed it. Full disclosure, even needing just a 28th for double points, he has still failed that twice, but his upside is massive. He's finished 24, 23, 22 in his best moto of the last 3 weekends, but has unfortunately paired those with a 25, 30, 34. If he can bring home 2 good motos in the same weekend this Saturday, we are looking at 70-point potential out of a guy with an 18 handicap. Moving on to the FFLs, Justin Cooper was shut out last weekend, but that does not change anything. He's still the favorite as the only rider with more than 1 this year, not to mention his pedigree over his entire career of nailing those starts. In the big class, I don't even think I have to say it. Ken Roczen has been lights out dominant this year in the opening segment like we expect of him. 5 of 6 for the El Honda rider, with Sexton taking the only one off. Don't get cute here, just take the points. Moving to the Eastern time zone, we've got an early one. Qualifying coverage begins on MAV TV Plus at 10 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Pacific. RotoMoto Patreons will enjoy the enhanced cheat sheet around 11:30 Eastern, with the general sheets released to Twitter and Instagram around 1 hour before the gates drop at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific, all motos on MAV TV. The weather report is surprisingly cool despite the Midwest being in the middle of a massive heat wave. Low 70s with some cloud cover but no major moisture as of Thursday night should make for great track conditions and even better racing.
Before I show you my early team, I want to talk to you about Maxxis Tire coming on for all 12 rounds so I can deliver these videos for you. You know Maxxis Tire. You know their MXST tire designed by the king of Supercross and my all-time favorite rider, Jeremy McGrath. It is the newest and most advanced tire in the Maxxis MX lineup, featuring an all-new tread pattern, compound, and composition to provide the stability, predictability, and traction that the upper tiers of motocross demand. The entire SGB Honda team runs Maxxis on their race bikes, including PulpMX show favorites and on-again, off-again rivals Alex Ray and Kate Clayson. Available at your local retailer and also at motosport.com.
My Thursday team looks like this. I have Joe Shimoda as my all-star pick, Red Bull KTM's Max Volan with a 2 handicap. I also have another Red Bull athlete with Pierce Brown's 3 handicap, and rounding out the little squad with Josiah Natsuki with a 7. 450 side, let's go Ryan Dungey since I had Caroli last week. Sugar Shane McElrath at a 2 handicap. Tristan Lane with a big boy 14. And finally, high handicap hero Richard Taylor with that 18. The prize for the highest championship league score at High Point will be an Antonio Caroli race-worn jersey, but if you're not great at fantasy, that's okay.
If you want a chance to win something like this, limited edition Slayer-themed Robbie Wageman jersey, part of a Team Solitaire prize pack, which includes a Rockwell watch and hat, Liat goggles and beanie, as well as some of the best metal music courtesy of Nuclear Blast Records, consider joining me on Patreon. For just about $1 per week, you are entered to win race shoes and autographed memorabilia, and insiders and above double their entries, as well as an exclusive podcast talking fantasy stats on every rider in the field, and that enhanced cheat sheets that come out every single Saturday. Link for that is in the description below. And don't forget to follow at PulpMX Fantasy and at RotoMoto on both Instagram and Twitter for injury updates as the weekend rolls on, qualifying info and stats and banner throughout the race itself, and those fantasy cheat sheets once qualifying is done and wrapped. Thanks as always for watching the PulpMX Fantasy Show presented by Maxxis Tire. My name is Donnie, and may your chiz this weekend. Remember that 8 is great, and most importantly, have fun. Good luck, y'all.